Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have a great article for you guys from the Motley Fool. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys could check it out. So AT&T, with the recent quarterly earnings, there's a lot of good news to pull from the report, as pointed out in this article. And that brings more headwinds and momentum for AT&T moving forward. So AT&T impresses with subscriber growth and free cash flow. Let's look at some of the key points here. AT&T reported second quarter results that missed revenue expectations, but there was plenty of good news. Wireless subscriber growth accelerated. They clearly beat estimates. Churn remained extremely low, so that's another positive. And the fiber internet business thrived. So that's more good news. Trading for less than 8 times forward free cash flow, AT&T stock looks like a great deal. Again, I'm no financial expert. I'm just reading the key points. So this is interesting. This is interesting to pick apart. And we have to bring up the point again, or the points, that AT&T is behind on the mid-band build, and they don't really include any extravagant perks such as streaming or anything else on their plans. They simply don't. But yet they still manage to beat estimates. Right? The estimates came in that they would grow net positive postpaid positive net adds at 288,000. They came in at like 419,000. So that's impressive. The market sees that as an impressive number. And the churn is ridiculously low. If you compare that to its competitors, they came in at 0.70. Verizon came in at 0.85%. And I see T-Mobile being higher than even Verizon. I see T-Mobile coming in 0.87 to 0.9. I don't see T-Mobile being higher than that, but I see them being higher than Verizon. So clearly, AT&T is going to be the lowest churn in the industry, probably for the rest of the year. Verizon will still have some, at least for the third quarter, they will still have some negative impact on pricing churn, as they call it. T-Mobile as well. T-Mobile still has some issues with the price lock and those increases. So T-Mobile's churn will continue to be elevated, so is Verizon's. It's starting to look like AT&T is reaping the benefit from the churn of Verizon and T-Mobile, and those customers are ending up at AT&T. So you could make the argument that AT&T struck the perfect balance thus far, with the right go-to market, a balanced approach on pricing. It's still much easier to get a discount at AT&T, corporate discount, military, employer, whatever that, I think it's 25%, and that's still easier to get through AT&T. So you can take the top plan and you can get that discounted, much simpler than on T-Mobile and Verizon. And I think that's helping them, right? A balanced approach, great go-to market, new and existing customers get the same deal on all plans. That's also resonating very well with the average consumer. I can choose the lowest plan and still get $1,000 off a device. Verizon and T-Mobile, they don't play ball when it comes to that. Verizon recently, with the revamp and refresh, they are allowing the lowest plans to take part in the any phone, any condition deal, but the value drops significantly on what you're able to get on a trade-in versus their highest plans. So if you go to the lowest plan, yes, they will allow you to take advantage of the deal, but you can only get, $300-400 maybe off on a new device versus the 800 or plus you would get on the top plan. AT&T, you can get $1,000 off on any plan that you choose, right? That's a big offering, and it's resonating with the consumer, and it has for a very long time. They've been pushing this quarter in, quarter out. They don't just run it for 2-3 weeks and then pull it. No, they are continuing to run that. So that's what they're known for by perception now. New and existing customers get the same deal at AT&T. That's what they're known for. When people discuss that at the dinner table, that's what they're likely telling each other. Hey, I saw this AT&T ad. New and existing customers get the same deals, because they've been running it for so long. Right? For Verizon to change perception, right, they would have to run any phone, any condition for a long time to gain market perception. But Verizon usually doesn't run them that long, and then they pull them. So it's really an interesting time to keep an eye on AT&T with everything, right? If you're into the stock, into stocks, keep an eye on AT&T. Again, no financial expert. Don't go and sell any of your stock and do anything like that. I'm just saying, keep an eye on AT&T. They are overperforming significantly versus really any guidance and estimates that are out there. And that's still with a inferior network, if you will. If you look at all the testing firms that are out there, they have AT&T a clear distant third when it comes to mid-band 5G speeds and everything else. So yes, AT&T might have the largest native North American network, right? They keep putting the native in there because they are building this natively. Verizon has a larger footprint perhaps, but they're doing it with those roaming partnerships. They're using the Verizon assets, but the regional company is building it out for Verizon. So that's not really a native footprint, and that's what AT&T calls out. We are natively the biggest North American network, because these are our sites and our asset that we're deploying. So that's why they stress native on the advertising. So this will be interesting to follow. This will be very, very interesting to follow as AT&T continues on the march of continuing to grow the company, continuing to deploy the fiber. And not only are they organically growing the wireless space, they're also growing through convergence. So clearly today, the fiber footprint is nowhere near the wireless footprint. So we have to take that into consideration. But they still manage to grow. In the fiber footprint, they're growing wireless. And outside of the fiber footprint, they grow wireless too. So it's a win-win for the company. They're looking to invest heavier on fiber to grow that fiber footprint, to bring more attention to the convergence, and they will continue to thrive that point each and every quarter. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.